We are on 1 Samuel and 10. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, It is not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance. Then thou art depart from me today, then thou shalt find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre in the border of Benjamin at Zelzah, and they will say unto thee, The asses which thou wentest to seek are found, and lo, thy father hath left the care of the asses, and so were for you, saying, What shall I do for my son? And thou shalt go on forward from thence, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and there shall meet thee 3 men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and another carrying 3 loaves of bread, another carrying a bottle of wine. And they shall, and they will salute thee and give thee 2 loaves of bread, which thou shalt receive of their hand. After that thou shalt come to the hill of God. There is Goshen of the Philistine, and it shall come to pass, when thou art come thither to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from a high place with the psaltery, and a tablet, and a pipe, and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and thou shalt turn into another man. And let it be, when those signs are come unto thee, that thou shalt do as occasion serve thee, for God is with thee. And thou shalt go down before me to Gilead, and behold, I will come down unto thee to offer burnt offering, and to sacrifice sacrifices, a peace offering. 7 days shalt thou tarry, till I come to thee, and show thee what thou shalt do. And it was so, that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart, and all these signs came to pass that day. And when they came thither to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him, and the Spirit of God came upon him, and he prophesied among them. And it came to pass, when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets, then the people said unto one another, What is this that is come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets? And one of the same places answered and said, But who is their father? Therefore it became a proverb, Is Saul also among the prophets? And when he had made an end of prophesying, he came to the high place. And Saul's uncle said unto him, to his servants, Whither went ye? And he said, To seek the asses. And when we saw that they were in nowhere, we came to Samuel. And Saul's uncle said, Tell me, I pray thee, what Samuel has said unto you. And Saul said unto his uncle, He told us plainly that the asses were found, but of the matter of the kingdom, whereof Samuel spoke, he told him not. And Samuel called the people together unto the Lord to Mizpah, and said unto the children of Israel, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up, Israel, out of Egypt, to deliver you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hands of all the kingdoms, and of them that oppressed you. And you have this day rejected your God, who himself saved you out of all your adventures and your tribulations. And ye have said unto him, Nay, but set a king over us. Now therefore present yourself before the Lord by your tribe and by your thousands. And when Samuel had caused all the tribes of Israel to come near, the tribe of Benjamin was taken. And when he had caused the tribe of Benjamin to come near by their families, the family of the Matriah was taken, and Saul the son of Cush was taken. And when they brought him, he could not be found. Therefore they inquired of the Lord further, if the man should yet come thither. And the Lord answered, Behold, he had hid himself among the staff. And they ran and fetched him then. And when he stood among the people, he was higher than any of the people from his shoulders upward. In other words, he was a tall man. And Samuel said to all the people, See ye him whom the Lord had chosen, that there is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted and said, God save the king. Then Samuel told the people the manner of the kingdom, and wrote it in a book, and laid it up before the Lord. And Samuel sent all the people away, every man to his house. And Saul also went home to Gibeah. All right. And there went with him a band of men whose hearts God had touched. But the children believed, said, How shall this man serve us? And they despised him and brought him no presents, but he held his peace. All right, chapter 11. Then Nahash, the Amorite, came up and encamped against Jabesh Gilead, and all the men of Jabesh said unto Nahash, Make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee. And Nahash the Amorite answered him, On his conclusion, Will I make a covenant with you, that I may thrust out all your eyes, and lay it for a reproach upon all of Israel? And the elders of Jabesh said unto him, Give us 7 days respite, and that we may send messengers unto all the coast of Israel. And then if there be no man to serve us, we will come out to thee. Then came the messenger to Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings in the ears of the people. And all the people lifted up their voices and wept. And behold, Saul came after the herd out of the field, and Saul said, What aileth the people that they weep? And they told him the tidings of the men of Jabesh. And the Spirit of God came upon Saul when he heard these tidings, and his anger was kindled greatly. And he took a yoke of oxen, and hewed them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the coast of Israel by the hands of the messengers, saying, Whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall it be done unto his oxen. And the fear of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out with one consent. So he cut up an ox and sent it everywhere. Boy, I'm telling you. And when he numbered them in Bezek, the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. And they said unto the messengers that came, Thus shall ye say to the men of Jabesh Gilead, Tomorrow by that time the sun be hot, ye shall have help. And the messengers came and showed it to the men of Jabesh, and they were glad. Therefore the men of Jabesh said, Tomorrow we will come out unto you, and you shall do with us all that seemeth good unto you. And it was so on the morrow that Saul put the people in 3 companies, and they came into the midst of the host in the morning watch, and slew the Amorites until the heat of the day. And it came to pass that they which remained were scattered, so that the 2 of them were not left together. And the people said unto Samuel, Who is he that says, Shall Saul reign over us? Bring the men, that we may put them to death. And Saul said, There shall not be a man put to death this day, for today the Lord hath wrought salvation in Israel. Then said Samuel to the people, Come and let us go to Gilgal, and renew the kingdom there. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king for the Lord in Gilgal. And there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offering before the Lord. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly. All right, we're on chapter 12. And Saul said unto all Israel, Behold, I have hearkened to your voice, and all that you said unto me, and have made a king over you. And now, therefore, or behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray-haired, and behold, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my childhood to this day. Behold, here I am, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed, whose ox I have taken, and whose asses have I taken, and who have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed, or whose hand have I received any bribe to blind my eyes therewith, and with restore it to you? And he said, Thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught of any man's hand. And he said unto them, The Lord is witness against you, and his anointed is witness this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Samuel said unto the people, It is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt. Now therefore stand still, that I may reason with you before the Lord of all the righteous act of the Lord, which he did to you and to your fathers, when Jacob was come to Egypt, and your fathers cried to the Lord. Then the Lord sent Moses and Aaron, which brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, and they did well in this place. And when they forgot the Lord their God, he sold them to the hands of the Sisera, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hands of the Philistines, and to the hands of the king of Moab. And they fought against them. And they cried unto the Lord, and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken the Lord, and have served Balaam and Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee. And the Lord sent Jezebel and Benadan and Jophas and Samuel, and delivered you out of the hands of your enemies on every side, and you be well safe. And when you saw that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, ye said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us. Then the Lord your God was your king. Now therefore, behold the king, whom you have chosen, and whom you have desired, and behold, the Lord hath set a king over you. I believe I'd rather have had God over me than I would any king, or even what is trumpet?
President.
President. Okay. Yes, I've lost my brain. All right. If you will, fear the Lord, serve him, obey his voice, and do not rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall both ye also the king reign over you, continue following the Lord your God. But if ye will not obey the voice of the Lord, but rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you, as it was against your fathers. So, in other words, if you keep serving God and all, then He will always be with you. But if you quit, then you're going to have a curse on you. There's a lot of people now. That's like the LGBT, whatever. That's curse to them. That's curse. And I mean, that's all there is. I feel sorry that they have that curse, but that's a curse. All right, 16. Now therefore stand and see this great thing which the Lord will do before your eyes. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may preserve and see what your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord, in asking you a king. See, God didn't want them to have the king. God was king over them. God was going to, take care of them. I still would rather have that. So Samuel called unto the Lord. The Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. And all the people said unto Samuel, Pray for thy servant unto the Lord thy God, that we die not. For we had added unto all our sins this evil to ask us a king. See, they shouldn't ask for a king. And Samuel said unto the people, Fear not. Ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but to serve the Lord with all your heart. And turn ye not aside, for then shall ye go after the vain things, which cannot profit, nor deliver, for they are vain. That's the worldly view, is to go out and buy. Do things the worldly way. And there is so much out there. And it's like you have to become a little child again to learn what God really wants you to do and what the world is looking at. The world has nothing to offer you but lies. All right, 22. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people. Moreover, as for me, God forbid that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you, but I will teach you the good and the right way. Only fear the Lord, and serve him in truth with all your heart, for consider how great things he has done for you. But if ye will not, or will still do wickedness, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king. So he's saying, if you don't serve him, all y'all are going to be gone. But I want you to go back up here to 24. Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart, for consider how great things he had done for you. I want you to look at it like this. Only love the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart. Because if you serve him with all your heart and in the truth, then he will be right with you all the time. But, inside is what God looks at. And if you have love in your heart and not hatred and not bling or anything like that. And the worldview says it's okay to go out and screw around with anybody you want to, but not in God's view, it ain't. So think about that.